Hello and welcome to round 2 front 9 coverage of the MPO league card here at the 2025 MVP Music City Open, presented by Another Round Disc Golf. We are unofficially JK USA commentary. I think we're going to go with that. JK.
I love it.
USA. We've got round 2, and it's going to be a wet and wild one like it's going to be all week. But first off, you want to show them this new snazzy gear here. We got some Two Hot Geese merch. We got the Two Hot Geese right here. I call them Two Sexy Ducks, but I don't think it matters so much. Cool merch. Go check it out, JomezPro.com. We've got Ricky Wysocki, Isaac Robinson, Austin Turner returning to our league card, and introduction of one Gavin Phillips. It is going to be a very windy start to our round, and weather will be rolling in. We'll get to that as it comes. Kevin, what are they trying to do on hole 1?
Hole 1, we're throwing basically into the trees here. You would like to hit the gap that they're giving you, but it's really small, and you're going to see a lot of people miss it and slip through trees or hit the rocks and be at like 40 feet short.
Saturday was the forecast of pretty much clear skies, concerned about Sunday's rainy weather. But the storm was kind of pushing in a bit quicker than expected. Like I said, we'll talk about this throughout the round. First, Paul Macbeth. I feel like that's a pretty common result on hole 1 to land here on the bottom tier of the rocks. That's a little bit less common.
With an 8 under first round, co-leader, Ricky Wysocki.
And if you're ever concerned about which direction the wind is blowing, search for Gavin Phillips. Check out the hairdo, and it's going to give you all the information you need. They're the enemy at the gates.
Also, tied for the lead with an 8 under par first round. Make some noise for Isaac Robinson.
Good to have our reigning 2-time world champion on feature card. Well, it's lead card now, I guess. Outfitted with some new equipment this year, playing for Latitude. That one zips fast past the basket.
That's what you
Next
want.
to the tee, put your hands together. Austin Turner.
We had a bold prediction for Austin round 1. Let's go over that again. Let's talk about that a bit.
He's just got a really big advantage on this course, especially when it's windy.
We are expecting quite a bit of that. Goes for the forehand. That looked like he was going for the skip height.
And rounding out our lead card this afternoon, make some noise for Gavin Phillips.
That's a smooth throw. Gets through. Left with about 28 feet. And this is a tough one.
It is, but at least it's calm. Not much wind in this area right here. But you can be a little timid to start off with. He was probably just that.
And Ricky, there's no timidness in that putt right there. That is perfect. So hard to get the height right at that distance, elevated. And Ricky's one of the few guys that if he's going to miss that putt, he's going to miss it high. He's not scared to give it the height it needs and let the disc just crash into the chains.
Is this Gavin's first time on Jomez, you said?
It is Gavin's first time on Jomez, minus all the ace check-ins we've had with him.
Oof.
That putt looked to be a little blocked by the tree on the right side, pushed his putt a little left, and also the nerves of first time on feature card, lead card, at a Pro Tour event, maybe played in a bit, but
It's just a green where you're going to see all kinds of putts. Straddles, like slick footing, spin putts because of low ceiling. So you got to get creative on it.
Isaac's drive was nice and camouflage on the green, hidden behind the rock. He was parked for the birdie. Now him and Ricky move up to 9 under. And for those who keep track of this kind of thing, normally round 1, we do the scoring per hole like we did with the old Jomez scoring, but then rounds 2 and 3, we give you the live scoring that the players would see. But because this is an interesting round, and again, we'll get to that later, we're keeping things consistent with round 1. So it's going to be per hole scoring. Therefore, you're going to see Ricky and Isaac haven't been caught by anyone yet because it's impossible. They're the leaders, and they got a birdie on hole 1.
Ricky hyzer out of the hand is good. It's going to get far right. The only thing about that kind of shot is he'll have a little bit more tight of an angle. He'll have to swing something in.
And there are some low-hanging branches on the inside corner, so you have to get really wide to avoid hitting those and dropping about 40 feet short.
Isaac going unconventional backhand. I mean, this is what he does, though.
Yes, it is. It is such a tough shot to get to a good position with the backhand throw.
Austin with a solid shot. Jerm, it's got to be one of the easier holes on the course.
Yeah, it typically is. It's going to come in there. Let's see. Let's check the actual scoring average. It's the 4th easiest. So yeah.
Just not too much OB, just really just this gap.
Wow, look at the power there.
This is one of his strengths from what I've seen so far. He's
Yep.
got a really mean forehand. Doesn't look like he's throwing it very far, but it keeps going.
Isn't that the new age way of doing things? Austin is a lot better than his second shot in round 1.
Really nice. And got to mention again, that headwind that they're facing, it's probably about 15, 20 miles an hour. So you got to throw something you can trust, something that's not going to turn too much. Austin usually leans on like a Nuco S or a Raptor.
Yeah, I kept that one low. Now, I could be wrong here, but it does appear that the wind is a bit down right now. I'm sure it's gusty.
It looks like it, but I really look. No,
I'm
it's
going
not.
off the Gavin meter. I mean, the flag's
It's
in the
not.
background, but look at the Gavin.
Yeah, fair enough. This particular part looks a little more chill, and maybe that's because the trees are blocking some of it. But it's not going to be chill here in a couple holes.
No, just hold on to your horses.
Ooh, Ricky really slinging it right there.
Uh-huh.
A little long, but no problem. Downhill putt for him. Just like this one. Probably a little bit of a left to right.
See if Gavin can shake the nerves and drain this one. And not this time. Ricky. No problem there.
Dropping it in. Giving it nowhere else to go.
It just looks so easy. And that should be easy for a pro, but it doesn't always play out that way.
Sure, but he's mastered the art. Here's a little bit of wind we're seeing.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. That dropped so heavy out of Isaac's hand.
Gavin missed the first one left, missed the second one right. He's correcting. High and on the pole. That's good. These are awesome baskets. These will catch on the pole. I have not seen a dead center spit out on these baskets yet.
I think that's the most important thing.
That's how I like it.
Yeah.
It comes from Target Golf.
It's not great when you're concerned that if I'm as center as possible with my aim, this could be a problem.
Yeah. When the wind starts whipping, it's you just want to hit the pole.
That's right. Now, Ricky starts off with 2 birdies, so he'll jump out to the lead.
Hey, aren't you Anthony Barella?
Yes, sir. Try out this Venom.
Thanks, man.
Man, this is the best disc ever. Going 1,000 feet.
Hey, hurry up, man. You're taking forever.
Sorry, man. No 30-second rule here. What about that 100% off player discount?
On to 3 with the newly added wall to prevent players from going over the top, which I'm not sure if I like or not. If you got that power, it's a skill. It's kind of a fun thing to see. But either way, it's a banner that says MPO, and they're going to try to navigate it either with a forehand flex or a mid-range layup to the gap opening. It's kind of difficult to get a backhand to shape up and make the gap. It's easier to just play the layup and go for the longer second shot. And we got,
So Adam definitely would have went flick off of the tee here.
guessing he caught the gap with the tree kick and just hit to the middle.
I would assume so. That kind of needs to get down. It's a hard right to left wind, and it's just carrying. There's a tree line over there. Probably not going to get to the OB. It's pretty deep in the tree line. I don't know. That'll be a, tricky putt.
Oh, boy. He's going with the flick putt here. My goodness, does he drain this?
I mean,
Come on. That is fantastic.
I haven't made that many flick putts in my entire life.
I'm sitting on 2 for my
2
career.
on the career is
I'm a
wild.
19th
For a forehand
year
specialist?
Forehand specialist. I got 2 flick putts in my career.
Golly. Ricky here blasting a forehand through the gap. This is awesome. He's taken off a lot of the distance on the hole. He does skip away from the basket, but still not a problem.
Austin got in some trouble here yesterday. Took the bogey. See if he can make the correction. Hit the gap this time. I would say so. Watch out.
Huge distance. He might be able to throw a lefty hyzer into the green from there, which is
Rare.
advantageous to him and rare, yes. So Isaac going backhand layup play, I'm assuming.
It looks to be
Threw it
so.
hard. This is getting a little left, I think.
Yeah. Don't want to play with that left side gap. That's exactly where Austin was yesterday when he took his bogey. It's hard to get out of there with a clean look for the bird. Or even the par sometimes.
And this really short, but good enough. And I still do think it's skipping a little lefter than what he would like. They're going to have cutoff angles to the pin. It's just going to make the shot farther.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're both still in the open. It's not
Totally scoreable and safe. And you got a ripping right to left wind here. So they're going to hang it out wide and let the wind do the work. Hopefully coming in front of the cedar. Goes all the way around it.
Oh, gosh.
Got caught in the air.
Oh, and it's stuck in the tree.
Oh.
Well, that's nice that the camera person has seen this so they can at least assist Gavin when he gets down there, because that might be hard to find otherwise. And I'm guessing that stayed in bounds?
This is even higher.
This is just incredibly tough. Even in the field, I feel like, oh, wow, he stayed in the open. Nice result for Isaac. But it's a very tough wind going down the hill to judge, especially when you're trying to control the ceiling, the width, and all of it.
So Ricky going to go sidearm here. This is going to keep the flight plate away from the wind. The wind's going to push it down here.
Oh, boy.
A little fast of a disc, just some skip.
Love the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just if it could have hit just a slight bit flatter, that would have been probably only 20-some feet away, but he's got a full circle 1 putt coming.
Nice. Those guys' tee shots just made it just a lot better percentage for him.
Isaac from deep circle 2. Oh my, okay, the wind is here. That was crazy.
It's totally worth mentioning. These guys are playing in the hardest conditions of this day.
Mm-hmm. And that seems to be the rare occurrence on tour.
I agree.
It seems so often that the rich get richer in the Disc Golf Pro Tour when the good players get the later tee times, the winds die down throughout the day, but that is not the case for these guys.
Great putt.
That's crisp.
Yeah, it's so solid. But yeah, Jerm, like people teeing off, people that shot over par today had a huge advantage on the round, just being able to play most of the hard part of the course.
People who shot over par in round 1.
Correct.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say.
Yep.
Gavin, that's a good save. He couldn't even like pitch up to the basket. He had to pitch left and then make a focus up for a putt.
That's a good golf right there. And his first good putt of the round is good to get that first putt in. And Austin is now 2 under. And Isaac's just fine with a par after the difficult second shot that he was left with. Ricky's perfect start continues. 3 under through 3. See how long he can take this one.
That's going to bring us straight into hole 4. This is a crucial point in the tournament for these guys. They're playing this hole at its toughest conditions. It's going to be ripping headwind, and you've got this tight OB on left and right, getting really tight up here as you get to like your up and down range. It's best to throw 2 shots here and hopefully be putting, but it's easy to find OB.
Yeah, big number looms on hole 4, without question. The OB change they've made has really made this hole so much more difficult. Got Anthony Barella here, probably in the 410 range to the pin. Maybe even more.
Oh my goodness, AB. A little short on that second shot, but gets the putt in there.
Okay, so I'm intrigued by seeing the scoring average, as you mentioned earlier about how much easier it was for the earlier cards, because the wind that we're seeing right now, ain't no way the field is averaging under par, which the overall score for the day is 0.15 under par on hole 4, whereas in round 1, this hole played 0.65 over par, which was a similar wind to this.
It is. These guys are playing round 1's conditions, while a whole half of the field got to play it in calm conditions, making it a birdie hole.
Yeah, and Austin's drive, awesome.
So good.
Ricky's drive, awesome.
Yeah. It just goes to show disc golf is weird, the conditions are weird, and they're unique, and you have to capitalize with whatever you're given.
Totally. And find a way to... Oh, Isaac getting just around the corner safely. And minimize the mistakes when the course is giving you the hardest conditions. Like, that's the main thing.
Absolutely.
Course management. Oh, my gosh. Kevin.
Yo, that's amazing.
Kevin.
Getting it turned over into that headwind is so scary.
That is trust and,
Yep.
and incredible execution.
All right. Big shot from Ricky here. Got to play it way right because that wind is ripping from right to left. Looks like he's doing it.
You know what? It's pretty similar to AB.
Right where AB was. But that was no joke of a putt from AB. Still wind. Like, any normal player would be worried about a 3-putt.
Uh-huh.
And I know Ricky is not.
Yeah, and AB doesn't seem to care about that, especially the way he's been putting this year.
Austin needs to keep this one on hyzer as he's doing. The wind should fight it down, and he does.
Oh, my gosh, folks. What a throw from Austin. Judges the wind perfectly. All the power you need to compete in the top level. Austin Turner, he's been getting at it, man. The guy's been incredibly busy during the offseason working on social media content, really putting in the work, and it's showing in his game lately. Isaac does not stay in bounds on the second.
It's going to be out of bounds, and it looks like he's going to take a bogey here. Not the worst place to go out of bounds. He didn't hang it too far right. He's just got a little pitch up. I don't think he'll be making a par from there.
Gavin, after that monstrous drive, he's got this approach.
Interesting how he goes backhand there rather than another easier sidearm than the one he just threw, but I love it.
Incredible. And that's, again, the new era of player, the two-way forehand and backhand combo. That's what you need, unless you're one of the very few Robinson brothers.
Yes, Isaac taking his medicine there. Ricky, let's see what he does.
Oh,
Not scared at all. Are you kidding me?
My goodness. Rick.
That was so close.
I know that it didn't go in, but Slomez those. Like, we need to see that again. By the way, Isaac left way more on the bone there than he wanted
he
to,
did.
especially to take the bogey. Good thing he walked away. Yeah, you can see the sigh of relief there for the hit for the bogey. But, yeah, that was a good putt.
Huge work from Austin Turner here.
And Gavin closes in the card for his first birdie of the round. But back to that Ricky putt real quick. Oh, my goodness. Sending it from the knee from 60 feet to keep that perfect start going.
I recently saw a video of Ricky like trying to teach somebody how to spin putt, and the way he explains it is just so simple, but that makes no sense. I mean, it's just like you just point your hand to the basket and spin it and give it a chance.
Bro, I have seen that clinic before in my mind and in person. Like, I just imagine how Ricky does clinics, and you just described it. And like, I think he's such a good putter that he doesn't understand why the rest of the world can't just do what he does.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, what do you mean? You just do this and then it goes in. Like, what are you doing that's different? I don't understand.
He's been making putts for a long time.
Yes, he has. And in so many different ways. I've got such vivid recollections, memories of Ricky in 2011, 2010, even when he was first starting as a rookie, and just seeing the way that he could putt. He could just switch it up mid-round, and he still does that from time to time. The only other player that I can think that can do that is Nicola Castro. Austin it's not going to be wide enough.
This is trouble. Oh, but it's big time kick. Big time kick.
He actually has a putt for birdie now.
He's probably getting up and down from there if he's in the middle, but it gets really hard in there. He could have easily found a bogey. You got this left to right wind here.
Yeah, how could you tell?
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Just getting this angle right is really difficult today. Gavin does it fantastically.
And with this wind, it is easy to find yourself pushing long with the forehand. Gavin does find himself going about 35 long. That's so good.
I like it. Needs to go, and it does.
Oh, that is going to be bullseye.
Yeah, it's closer than he needed to be.
Is that possible on a day like this?
I don't know. He seems like he is teleporting the disc to the bottom of the basket right now. So we'll see how it keeps going. Isaac going up the middle is crazy.
That is just so ambitious. Obviously, that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
But he is playing a hole that is 2 times harder than everyone else. And speaking of 2.
That's where he makes it up.
Oh, my goodness. What a birdie. The rare down the middle birdie on hole 5. And then the rare decision to run right through the muddiest part of the green. Why did you do that?
It's all muddy. There is no safe way to the next hole, to the basket. Like, it might have looked like there was a better way, but I'm telling you, probably went the best way.
You know, to be fair, this isn't a paid ad for Vesey, but those shoes will hold up in the mud. He's going to be fine with the dry feet.
Big putt, Austin Turner.
What a difference. What a break with the little brush off the tree.
Yeah.
I mean, a tough up and down for par versus a birdie look, and he jams it.
That's what you do. You capitalize in moments like that. He's looking good.
4 in a row now. Getting things going. Austin Turner, watch out. A little star frame action coming. Look at this. Great putting from our lead card.
Yeah, Gavin getting more comfortable. That was a second birdie, 2 under through 5. Okay. Not bad at all.
And now we're coasting. And you mentioned this in round 1. Hole 6 is one of those holes. You can lose your tournament on this hole. You can take a triple bogey and find yourself dropping 10, 20 spots so quick. The out of bounds on the right, such a big factor in the hole. You got to make a decision. Do you go straight low off the tee? Do you play the big hyzer? Second shot, do you play the straight shot? Do you go hyzer? Most players are going to go straight on the second shot regardless, but I have seen people go over the top from different positions.
The wind is going to be ripping right to left here.
A good win for Austin and the lefty to kind of play this turnover shot, keep the disc low but get distance. It just pushes into the edge of off the fairway.
Yeah, with no run up, he won't have a chance at birdie there, but a lot of distance covered could get a pretty easy par, which is huge.
Gavin, oh my goodness, tries to keep it low, but just got lifted up a bit, turned over, out of bounds.
Just caught a gust of wind and just got lost.
And these conditions look brutal right now. But that is oftentimes when Ricky's at his best. I mean, and he's 4 under through 5. I can think of so many times when Ricky's turned in 1,100 rated rounds when everyone else was just struggling to shoot about par. And he's just out there thriving like it's a normal day. So certainly something to watch out for him. And he's got that spark right now.
All right, we've seen Isaac throw this disc a couple times. This is one that doesn't turn over on him. He can trust it into
Yeah,
a
no
headwind. He throws it flat and hard.
Kind of similar to where we saw Chris Dickerson yesterday. Going to be kind of tough.
This is a huge shot from Ricky, and that is how you do it.
Oh my gosh, Kevin, just to get into putting range.
I would not have expected to get into putting range there.
This is without, I mean, you guys probably already know this, but just to confirm, this is the hardest hole on the course.
Oh, wow. Let's see what happens to this one. It all matters about how far it gets.
That's fine.
Plenty far. Some trees in the way. Probably not a good look at the make for birdie for him, but...
It would be a par,
Oh, okay.
the OBT shot.
Yes, yes.
But you kind of already have, you have accepted the bogey in your head when you've thrown an early OB shot on this hole. You just want to minimize it to just that, though.
Right, and that's what Austin's trying to do here. He's trying to get to somewhere that he can get up and down from easily.
Isaac, that's a pretty aggressive pull from that standstill. Yeah, wow.
It's just smart. He's not afraid to hyzer out into the trees. It kind of looks like you don't want to be over there, but it's not bad at all.
I'd say this is probably in the 300 range for the approach.
A touch less, I would assume, but...
Oh, boy. Yeah, Austin's going to be in danger of taking a bogey. Now, Rick, for up and down, needs a sit down. There is OB. Yeah, look how close that came to finding OB long.
I mean, he's trying to make that, I think. I don't think he is any concern about his comeback putt at all.
Gavin. Wow, tricky spot here.
You just, over here, you just want to make sure you get it to the basket. Don't hit some kind of weird limb or tree. And then end up at 35. That's going to be a really hard putt with the wind.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have loved to given that the height to go in, but smart decision, good golf. Now, Austin, I'm sure he's going to try to save the par here, but with the wind, how does he give it a run and stay close?
Not even.
No, it doesn't.
That's how windy it is.
Yep. I respect that.
A lot of respect to be had. It's the hardest hole in the course. Doesn't want to take worse than a 5. Oh my goodness.
What a birdie. What a time to turn in a huge birdie putt. Wow. Even in the calmer conditions, the field only managed to get a total of 23 birdies, which is quite a bit.
That is.
But you got to think, about a quarter of the field played in conditions like we're seeing right now, and that just makes this hole so tough.
Rick buries it for par.
It's a great par for Rick, and that's going to keep him at 12 under. A couple strokes clear of the field right now, especially with Austin Turner's bogey. Heading to a hole that is pretty straightforward on a calm day, and anything but straightforward on a day when you've got... What, are they going to have a right to left crosswind, or is it going to be a straight headwind?
This one is definitely headwind, but it's switching from right to left and left to right. Like, some of these players might make an instant decision on, like, sidearm or backhand here. They might have 2 discs on the tee.
With the soft ground play, I wonder if the normal flat shot that you're trying to control the ground play with turns into a hyzer. And we'll see what Adam Hamish elects to do. He's had a interesting round so far.
Looks like he's facing a little bit of a left to right wind.
Okay, and he comes up woefully short. That's a scary putt for most players, but
This is not recommended to run this putt towards OB into the headwind.
oh my God, that is so good. I mean, that's the softest you could possibly run that putt, and it was just dead center. Man, the sidearm putt and then that one. Adam Hammis, man, putting in some great work this season so far.
All right, let's see how this disc reacts. I think they've got a left to right here.
Yeah, and I like the idea of going hyzer into the screen. On a calm day when this ground is hard pan, that probably stands up, gets an extra scoot, slide, skip, and it rolls OB long. On a day like this,
true.
it just sits in nice and all grabby-like.
Oh, this is right at it.
Look at that. Just
All
a lawn
over it.
dart.
They're being aggressive. It's advice I wish I would have taken myself. It's easy to get scared of that OB, but if these guys go OB long, like it's a 25-footer right back at it.
That was phenomenal.
So he is letting the flight plate be exposed. You can see he gets a little extra carry, and that's nice. With the muddy ground like it is, I like a shot like a sidearm or a shot that comes in like Austin's.
Gavin Rathbun is using a clown's nose for a little handball. I'm
It's
sorry.
funny.
Gavin Phillips, excuse me.
Yeah.
I apologize, Gavin. But yeah,
What a shot.
that was great.
What a tee shot.
And there's the clown's nose. If anyone's looking for one, it was Gavin. He stole it from you right before this round started. So playing the ground play, which is unlike really what the other three players did, but he is the closest to the basket.
Everybody's so close here.
Those are great drives. I thought Austin would have been further away, but wow, no, he's very close.
Played it great. He's got a right to left wind, so he's going to place it high. Oh, actually,
Wow.
not right to left wind with the action that just had. Left to right.
This is a pretty awesome star frame to get on a normal day. Maybe pretty typical,
Sure.
but it does look as if the wind is down a bit.
No, it is not.
It just looks that way.
It is not. I can assure you. These guys are facing it at the hardest time of the day, and they're in the hardest part of the course,
So
too.
there's just no letdown is what you're saying. There's like no periods when the wind is not just like
I can't-
continuously gusting.
These guys are going through it right now.
Okay. The RV, I'll put it this way. The RV was shaken. Okay? And not for weird reasons. The wind was making it uncomfortable. There were like contingency plans made all week between all the people at the RV park. Do we go to the hospital? Do we find a different building? Do you go to the bathroom? But then there's windows there. I mean, it was that kind of week here. And honestly, in all the years being on tour, I've never quite been in a situation where the wind or where the weather has been this dramatic. Pretty scary.
It's been the main storyline of the entire weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So this one here, a long par 4. You can see the headwind just coming at them at 20 miles an hour. Do not want to throw something that can turn right, which is
Oh,
this.
boy.
It has to be OB long.
And yeah, that's not, well, does it sit?
Is it low enough?
Yeah, he didn't quite throw it far enough to go out of bounds,
That's
fortunately.
Well out of birdie range,
Yeah.
if you ask me.
I think
but
almost
safe.
any drive is out of birdie range on this hole, even the good ones.
It is, but this is a hole that Austin's going to be feasting on.
Okay.
He can do it. Nice from Ricky, inbounds.
Similar birdie percentage to hole 6 at 23%. So
That's a lot of birdies.
a lot of birdies.
But when it's calm, which a half of the field played it when it was calm, it's so much easier to birdie. Get
oh
up.
boy, Austin's hungry.
Yes. Yes, he is.
And then
And he
another
sets
hyzer from there?
Exactly. Sets
Yeah.
himself up perfectly for it. Just that right to left wind is going to be something.
Gavin, does this flip up or does it keep turning
It
over?
over flips.
And this is the same problem he had on 6, but this time it's short enough.
Yeah, that's good. They're low enough, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, Isaac was really pushing that OB line within just a meter or two.
So he's just trying to get, I would assume, like up to the tree line. Oh my goodness, it got beat down.
Wow.
It's going to be hard from there. That got destroyed in the air. That was a great angle. Nothing he can do about that. It's just this hard right to left, a little bit ahead to, mostly right to left. You can see this is just going to.
Those flags are doing everything they can to just stay in the ground.
Right, and the fairway slopes hard down to the left.
That's a great shot.
It is. That is exactly what he would have wanted. That's what I would have wanted on the shot.
Yep, deep C2.
Ricky hanging it way out, and it's good, though. Oh, just a little short.
Okay.
He gets over the logs there. He takes a big skip. He won't go out of bounds. He'll have he would have had a 60-foot uphill putt.
All right, let's see if Austin takes advantage of the power, the hyzer, the lefty. Sends it up in there. Oh, my goodness, he gets that in the air high.
And the wind is just pushing down and down.
Oh.
That's as close as you're going to get now.
Great shot. I mean,
So
anyone in the field would be thrilled to have a 36-foot uphill putt at this hole for birdie.
Really important shot from Isaac and a really hard shot. Nice skip.
Are you kidding?
Big time skip.
That could have gone in so many different ways.
Yeah, it could have easily not skipped.
Yeah, you don't see skip shots with the ground as mushy as it is, but Isaac gets it. And he's inside 15 feet now for the par.
Okay, yeah, Ricky is not running this one. He's
No.
making sure that he's got the downhill tailwind for his next putt here.
Gavin just trying to find a safe passage for the par.
Doing the same. You can see that he's playing to that tailwind. Nobody wants an uphill 15-footer with headwind.
Austin, is he still hungry? Oh, boy. That was a whoopsie.
He might be. We'll see where he's at.
I mean, regardless of, he could be still 15 feet away, but that's still a whoopsie. Like, he wasn't trying to, that just came straight out of the hand.
Yep.
Good scramble for Isaac, way out of position off the tee.
Yeah, this is not a fun putt.
Not a fun putt, especially, good, well done. If you miss that putt, the words, you'll make up new words for yourself, and you don't want to do that. I mean, that's essentially that's just as good of a star frame as it is. The pars in this hole are just phenomenal. Let's put it that way. Well, all said and done, only 3 bogeys on the front 9. That's pretty decent golf for our card. Gannon Bird jumping up a little bit. Paul McBethy's right there. On to hole 9. That was the front 9. I was doing a recap, but the show goes on. Hole 9 is another tough par 4. 763 feet. It's a tough tee shot. You got to decide if you're going to go low ceiling or the over-the-top flex play. But in this wind, is it a good win for the flex play?
It's not at all a good win for the flex play. But people like the flex play because they can cover a lot of ground, which is what Isaac is doing. The angle's so good, and here it goes getting picked up in the wind.
This is just getting sent. I mean, that was such a good shot.
Oh, and it's just out of bounds.
I hate that that's out of bounds because that was such a well-committed throw, and it's just that you can only do so much. I wonder if that changes the gameplay for the other 3 guys. I know that obviously Austin would be going down the middle regardless. Ricky probably going down the middle with a sidearm regardless.
Definitely.
What?
Hits the hillside.
Are you kidding me with that skip?
It's just that right to left wind, and it hit the ground. That hillside is sloped.
Oh my gosh, what a bad. I mean, yes, you can expect the counter skip on that hillside, but still, I mean, that thing just jumped 90 degrees left, it looked.
He put a lot of hyzer on it. He was trying to get right.
Gavin keeps it low out of the wind, gets around the corner. Fantastic shot. Austin as well in position.
All right. You can see the wind. This is...
Oh, goodness. It's just ripping.
It's ripping, man. And these guys are in survival mode. Huge shot. And this is another hole that he can feast on.
Yeah.
And that's good. All the danger handled. An uphill putt for birdie. Okay, this is... I don't think Ricky could possibly... I think he could only get himself into more trouble here with the sidearm. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, this is
And
dangerous condition. Like, this is at the point where... Good thing we're not playing in the tree line. Wow.
Wow, that's so good.
It's
not going to get up all the way up there, but just to keep it that straight with how much wind was coming over the right,
not many people could do it better
that's
than that.
really hard to do.
Does Gavin have what it takes to get there with 2 forehands?
Certainly.
In this wind.
But I can't see the disc, but I'm imagining
it's
what
way
might
left.
happen. Yeah.
It's getting pushed. Is it going to stay in bounds? No.
The second that it started turning left, it's just not coming back.
Yeah.
Ricky kept it on hyzer the whole way.
Right.
And the only reason that thing stayed to the right. Okay, look how far he traveled.
Huge.
This is why he went flex. He knows he can get up and down from here, but it's still so hard.
Yeah.
Just a little early.
And we don't see anyone inside C2 even. This is right about where you and Ben and Niklas saved the birdie in our practice round.
It is. Nice play into the tailwind.
If you guys haven't watched that yet, go watch. You don't have to commit to the front and back 9. Just watch the front 9 of the Jomez practice round from this week. Pretty cool stuff. And then watch the back 9.
All right, Austin. An uphill putt like this, no reason not to give it a good bid. Okay.
Yeah. Again, walk away with par. Feel happy.
You can tell he doesn't want to putt. Like Ricky, not afraid of putting at all. You can tell that Austin doesn't really want to putt.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame him. It's ripping wind.
Not many people want to putt right now. About to see 3 bogeys on this card. Austin's going to walk away with a tap-in par. He's going to feel good about that. You think we can do a front 9 breakdown now? Or should we wait for hole 10?
I mean, we got a thunderstorm rolling in.
Well, is that coming in
right now?
Right now?
I don't know if they get to throw right here, but yes, they stop.
Okay. Well, the back 9 is going to be mostly played on a different day. Conditions were stopped, and players have about the longest transition back to their cars as you can have on the course. I think they gave the players a little bit extra time before the storm really blew in, but they knew that storm that we were predicting for Sunday was coming in a bit quicker, a bit hotter, and it was bringing the wind that we already saw, but a ton of rain. So if you can imagine this course getting sloppier, that's what you're going to see for the remainder of this tournament.
Yeah, it's just going to get so different. They're about to have to wake up at 8 a.m., play around.
Starting at 8 a.m.
Starting at 8
Hopefully
a.m.
you're waking up a little bit before that.
If you're sleeping on your tee pad, you wake up at 8 a.m. But it's just about to change. They were battling the wind. Now they're about to battle footing.
Well, we're going to see the second half of this event play out in some strange conditions coming up here on the back 9 of round 2. Like and subscribe, guys. We'll see y'all in a bit.